Hi, I'm Toy, and this isn't just a dictionary, it's a decoder ring for the way my brain does backflips. Because let's be real, autism isn't confusing. People just forgot to read the user manual, so I made one. Welcome to the Autism Dictionary, Core Definitions series. Let's decode some brilliance. Let's begin with the foundation. Autism spectrum. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a developmental disability caused by differences in the brain. The word spectrum reflects the wide range of experiences and the varying intensity of traits from one person to the next. With that understanding, we can now explore how these differences often show up in the world around us, especially when the world feels too loud. 2. Sensory overload. When your senses turn up too loud, lights too bright, sounds too sharp, feelings too big. It's not bad behavior, it's a signal. I need space to feel safe. And in those moments, many of us turn to familiar rhythms, comfort in movement, in repetition, in joy. That's where stimming comes in. 3. Stimming, short for self-stimulating. It's rocking, spinning, tapping, flapping, ways we soothe and express. My hands sing when my mouth can't. But sometimes, when even stimming can't hold back the storm, we reach a breaking point. And that's when it's important to understand the difference between a meltdown and a tantrum. 4. Meltdown versus tantrum. A tantrum is for attention. A meltdown is release. One wants an audience. The other needs a hug. Meltdowns happen when everything's too much, not when we don't get our way. These responses are shaped by how our brains are wired, how they dance and spark in ways you might not expect. That's what it means to be neurodivergent. 5. Neurodivergent, a brain that dances off the usual path. Autistic, ADHD, dyslexic, different wiring, not broken circuits. But difference doesn't always feel safe. That's why many of us learn to mask, to cover our truest selves just to fit in. 6. Masking, pretending to be normal, to stay safe, smiling when it hurts, sitting still when your body wants to bounce. It's exhausting, but we do it to belong. And while we mask to survive, what we really need is support. Honest, gentle, individualized support. 7. Support. Some people need headphones, some need a break, some need a friend who won't ask them to change. Support isn't shameful. It's a love language. Support opens the door to connection, one that doesn't always need words. Social communication can look like a lot of things. 8. Social communication. Speaking in emoji, gestures, silence, a look that says everything. Words are just one instrument. We've got a whole orchestra of ways to connect. And to honor that connection, we must speak clearly, and that includes the language we use to describe ourselves. That's why identity-first language matters. 9. Identity-first language. I'm not a person with autism. I'm autistic. It's not something I carry. It's the rhythm of how I think, feel, move, and love. It's not after me, it's in me. And finally, let's talk about the puzzle piece. The image that tried to define us, but never quite got it right. 10. Puzzle piece. A symbol once meant to explain me, but I'm not missing. I'm not mysterious. I'm not a problem to be solved. I'm a story, not a puzzle. Try listening, not solving. And that's the end of the beginning, because now you speak my language, the one with rhythm, kindness, meltdowns, and magic. See you in the next chapter of the Autism Dictionary. Bring snacks, and sparkle, and maybe a nap.